I am here joined by Giacomo from Biggleswade United. So, Giacomo, you are the technical secretary of the women's team and a part of the board here at Biggleswade United. Can you explain to us your role and the other things that you do around the club?
As a board member, I have to represent all the needs for the women's section. So I'm there to represent the whole area. Instead, regarding for the technical secretary role, I'm dealing mostly with the operation and administration side of the things. So the coaches can only focus on the work on the pitch while I'm dealing with the registrations, the booking the facilities, ordering the kits, whatever basically is required to make the team running, and that goes beyond just the paperwork. It can be running the line on a Sunday. It can be also maybe cooking some food when we need to offer refreshment at home games, and I'm split it equally between both teams.
So, how did the women's team start here at Biggleswade? Can you explain the process of the two teams?
Well, we got promoted to the Eastern region in May, and we started a process to increase the number of the teams between the players we had and the best players we could find between promising youngsters and players that were in the county league. This is how we got a few players from Letchworth, including the top scorer Taylor, and a couple of youngsters from Inchy Bells, Kaylee Gray and Aoife. They are solid columns of the red team despite the young age. And Kendall coming from Eton Socon. At the moment she's injured, but also she's doing very well, and we hope to see her on the pitch pretty soon with us. So yeah, we decided to go for the two teams to give chance to everyone to play with different kind of requirements. The red team is more competitive, that trains twice a week, while the blue team is a little bit more social. They train only once a week, and the two teams train together, and some players jumps from one team to another when it's requested. And the things are going pretty well despite the number of coaches that have been brought in. We got 4 new coaches, 5 with Chris, that is the goalkeeping coach. So all the 5 coaches are new to the club. They are settling very well, and most of the players that have been recruited are also settling very well. So we are pretty happy about how the things are going at the moment.
Definitely. So you mentioned as well about the Eastern League that you moved to. How did you find it recruiting players to be more competitive? How did you find the players? Was it easy to get the players, or how was that?
It was a very start slow. We managed at the end of the last season to bring in a few players from Letchworth, the before mentioned Taylor, for example, and Katie, Tasmin, Alex, and Josh. But we had something in house. Ellen, Jody, Tash, and now Beth stepped up. So they were the best talents that we had in the previous team. With all the respect for the ones that remain to play with the Blues, and as I said, we picked some people from the youth team, and we started with this group. Then coaches started to bring some players that know the league, like Wiggy, like Ree, and that helped to increase the experience with the current lot. And we have been short of players for a little bit. Few players joined from the National League, from Cambridge United, but then they left because they were looking for something more at their level. So we had this couple of weeks with them, but I think that it wasn't a very good match between the players and the club. And now we are keep recruiting, and the better we prove on the pitch that we are competitive, and the more we receive requests for people that wants to come and join. Indeed, we had also few players coming from AFC Dunstable. Louise and Laurie signed in December.
Mm-hmm.
So we had 6 signings during the winter campaign, and we are very happy about the players that join. Also, Sean Lawless comes from Stotfold, which is a little bit lower level from where we were used to, but she can definitely fit into the team. She took the commitment very seriously, and we are excited to have her on board, because the commitment she's showing, it's amazing, and it's amazing to see when people joins and they get fully on board with both feet, and we are pretty happy indeed about the winter signings as well. We had several signings for the Blues as well, not just for the Reds.
Yeah.
We recently signed Nicola Henman, which was a Luton Town Ladies. Now she's recovering from an injury, but she's definitely out of the context for the level that the Blues play, because she's way too good to be there. So I'm expecting her to be moved to the Red at some point, but for now she's recovering and getting fitness and back and confidence back. But also a lot of youngsters. Aliyah joined from Dunstable. She's 16 and very talented. Kyra also from Dunstable. She was used to be a goalkeeper there, but she's now playing up front with us. Also, she just turned 17. And another good signing was Paris. She came from a team that folded in January in the local area. I think it was Brompton. And she's settling very well as well. And so we bring more people for the Blues as well. And everybody seems to be getting the club culture on board, and it's going pretty well.
Good. That's always good to hear. So, what would you say so far as your role in Biggleswade has been your biggest challenge yet?
The biggest challenge is to try to coordinate and pass the club vision to the new coaches. As I said, we brought 5 coaches in, all new coaches. They haven't been engaged with the club before, so it's taking some time for them to understand how different we are from the usual club that they used to work. But slowly we are getting there. And also, when you have so many people from different backgrounds and with different history and with different skill level and different experience and different characters, to amalgamate this team is definitely the biggest challenge.
Yeah. So, last final question. The Reds team have a huge semi-final game this weekend. How impressed have you been with both the Reds and the Blues this season?
We had up and downs at the beginning. Unfortunately, the Blues lost 2 of their best players in November, Kaylee and Leanne. They were the main outlet for goal scoring, and that basically slowed down the progress for the Blues. But until a couple of weeks ago, we were still fighting for the title. Now that we lost some points, because we don't have those amount of goals within our team, we had a little bit to rebuild around it. So we are still happy about being mid-table, because in the end it is a season where we are building more than expecting results. And it's the same concept for the Reds. We were expecting to be mid-table with the Reds, and they surpassed our expectations. We've been second in the league for a while now. We are third, but with one game in hand, we can still compete for the second place. Unfortunately, the team that is top in the league seems to be too strong for what we reached, which is Dindam. They beat us 2 times, and fair play to them. They also beat Luton, which is 1 level above us last weekend. So very tough opponent, but we are definitely ahead of the plan, because we were expecting a mid-table, and if we finish second or third, it will be definitely a big success. And reaching the semi-final, I have to say, for the draws that we had, I would expect to be in the semi-final.
Yeah.
Now the real competition starts, because we have no longer teams from the county league, which we had until the quarterfinals. Wotton is in our same league. They beat us early this season 3-2. We still have to play the second leg at our own ground, but definitely this is a challenge for us. We have played Wotton last season as well. They had the double jump done themselves like us. And in the County Cup last season, we drew 0-0, and we managed to go through penalties. And I'm expecting the game to be very intense.
Mm-hmm. Any score predictions?
No, I don't do score predictions.
Fair enough. I appreciate that. Thanks.
Last time we did, it didn't work as well with Clapton, so I'm cutting all the predictions away from.
Yeah, we'll leave that one as a superstition thing. Thank you for sitting down with us, Giacomo. It's been very interesting interviewing you, and let's hope for a good result of the weekend.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.